What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Week in Esports. It's Monday, and this is your Week in Esports. My name is Lubu, and I am your host. Don't forget to smash that like button. Thanks for coming out and having a great show. We'll see you next week for next week's Week in Esports. Can I get away? I can't get away with that. All right, so Week in Esports. I'm Lubu, and we had another great week in esports. The beginning of the League of Legends Championship Series, the beginning of Global League of Legends for the season, started this week, which is always my favorite time because it means I get to stay up until 5 in the morning watching the Korean teams play so I can watch some actually fucking good people play. But North America had a lot of really good for North America games this week, and they were fun to watch. A lot of teams played really well. Just a handful of teams seemed still very shaky. Even the new Cloud9 roster had moments of greatness. You could see Golden Glue and those guys really trying their hardest to pull out a W, and that was awesome. That was really cool. Unfortunately, we also had the first instance ever of a game being called for rain in North America, and that's a sports term that you've never fucking heard of, so don't worry about it. Ultimately, the game had to be paused because a player crashed. And then when they attempted to use the chrono break feature to restart the game, the server crashed. And if a server's ever crashed on you when you're in the middle of work, you know that everything got fucked. And so they couldn't restart the game. But because the Echo Fox team was so far ahead of Clutch Gaming, and it was such an unwinnable game, no matter what Reddit wants to fucking tell you, they called the game in Echo Fox's favor. It's not like it's a new thing. Like they have rules set aside for this sort of instance, and they called upon those rules. Ultimately, it's the referee's decision. But people on the internet are upset, and they shouldn't be. Get over it. That's something sports fans have dealt with for 100 fucking years. It happens. And if you're ahead 70,000 fucking gold in a game of League of Legends, just end it. Stop mercy. Have some mercy. Don't just leave a wounded corpse and then kick it down the street. Like, they were dead. They were dead in the water, and the refs put them out of their fucking misery. So, good job, refs. Euthanize the dead teams. That's my new hashtag. Check it out on Twitter. The other news for League of Legends is that Heimerdinger now has a 100% win rate in the Global League of Legends Championship Series. The Dongerino, as you all know, is League of Legends' most powerful and graceful champion with hair like a russet potato and the small, powerful body of a toddler on steroids. Heimerdinger, he's got a 25 KDA after 4 games. So it's pretty bonkers. It'll be interesting to see going into next week with 8.12 if they actually have to ban him or not, if he's still really strong or not. With the removal of one of the items that's core to his build, it'll be really interesting to see if these teams can still pull Heimerdinger out. His rockets still do like 1 billion damage, and his fucking turret still takes Baron. So I think Donger's still going to be in there, and I'm really excited because I love seeing the Donger, as we all know. Hashtag show me the Donger. That's Andy's new Twitter. Hashtag check it out at Andy, Old Man Andy on Twitter. Put that up on the prompter later. We'll get there. That's it for League of Legends news. I mean, check out the global games if you want. SKT played. They didn't do terrible. That was good. So the Chinese League of Legends was really exciting. OCE exists if you give a shit. No one does. Sorry. It's Australians. They don't give a shit. But, yeah, that's it. League of Legends was awesome. Moving on to the next topic. Overwatch League was the other big one of the week. And Overwatch League was fantastic. We saw the end of the Group Stage 4 for the first season of League of Legends, for the first stage of Overwatch League, and we get to go into the playoffs finally for the first season of Overwatch League. Finally, we've reached 1 season 3 years after release. We nailed it, guys. We did it, Reddit. So it's really great. We're going to see New York Excelsior play 7 teams that weren't even close to their record. And they'll, attempt to do their best. Good on them. But I'm going to go ahead and crown New York Excelsior the winners. Here's your crown. Good job. You spent the most money on Korean players. I'm very proud of you. Meanwhile, on the furthest end of the spectrum, the Shanghai Dragons finished with the worst sports record in sports history for a single season. Not esports. All of sports history in the knowledge of human brains. They have the worst record. 0-40 for the season. That is bad. That is super duper bad. It'll be interesting to see if they even made money this season with like merchandising and things of that nature. I mean, I think that honestly, as they got worse, or as they continue to lose, they got more fans than they had when they started. I think Shanghai Dragons has an inverse relationship with like fan love and their ability to win games. And so hopefully they're still doing good and the players are still going to be taken care of. I will say this though. There are analysts on the internet who are sentient shit given human form, Golgothams, if you remember from the Bible, who are literally out there blaming Gaguri for the fucking team. She came on to a sinking ship and did her best to turn it around, but it's one person. And I've watched Titanic at least once, and I know that a single human could not push that ship back up out of the fucking water. It is not Gaguri's fault that the fucking team sucked. It was great that they gave her a chance. I hope she continues to be in the Overwatch League. She is still one of the best tank players in the fucking league. She is still better than almost all domestic talent in this goddamn country. And she deserves to be there. And if you don't think that, fuck off or fight me. You got those choices. Do one of those things. And I think you're just being a piece of shit because you're mad that a girl got into your fucking club and you're not relevant anymore. So go fuck yourself, Thorin. Anyway, in other esports news, Sonicfox said on Reddit, if you're following me, or he said on Twitter, if you're following me now because I'm the most popular fighting game character in the world, congratulations. I hope you enjoy seeing lots of gay furry porn. Which is kind of how I like to close out the show. Shout out to Sonicfox for his unerring honesty. I look forward to Colin Cowherd having to cover that on ESPN because it's easy for me to say it here, but it's much tougher on television. Thank you all for tuning in to another week in esports. I'm your host, Lubu, as always. It's been a great week in esports. Go back and watch the VODs and check us out on social media. Follow me at chef_LU_BU. Smash my like button. And I'll see you next week for next week's Week in Esports.